It's the only show on BBC on iTunes. Let me get this right. It's the only show on ITV that seems to be going upwards on the viewing figures, and my old show is going downwards. So we're on for another 2 more years at least. They're going to give us. I'm definitely going to be very, very old when I retire for this bloody show. But it's good fun. It's going to be good. We start filming again in August. So in between August and now are all we call it the crazy season for us. We've got dinners, events, festivals, loads of bits and pieces happening as well. And one of these dinners. So I really enjoy these. These are great fun. Not only do we hopefully serve you amazing food, we get a little bit of banter going as well. So first of all, I'm going to be talking about each individual dish that you're going to be having. You're in for a bit of a treat tonight, so we've gone off piste a little bit. Usually do, so this could either go wrong or this may never happen again. The dishes that you're getting tonight, only one of them we've ever done before. So you're all guinea pigs technically. If it's crap, we won't ever do it again. If it's really good, it's in the menu. And one of the dishes I'm doing from start to finish on my own, so which is your second course. So if it's really crap, I'll pull up one of the chefs, you can blame them. And later on in the evening, we're actually going to serve 2 desserts tonight. Each. But instead we usually put another. I thought, no, let's do it slightly differently as well. So we always keep mixing these up each night. But I think tonight you're in for a real treat. We've got some amazing, great ingredients, and we shouldn't balls it up. Fingers crossed. Because we've got an amazing team. As I said when we opened this restaurant over a decade ago now, and Manchester's changed a lot in that decade. Now there's more restaurants than there ever have been. We've seen chefs come and go. We've kind of still been here over this decade, and it's testament to an amazing team. And we've got an amazing team front and back of house. We always want to say this. We've got some of the front of house here. We've got 3 of you. But I'll drag the front and the back of house at the end of the night, and you can raise whatever left is in your glass, usually very little, and we'll raise it and do a toast for the entire hospitality team, because it's not easy out there at the moment. It's very, very difficult, so it's amazing to see a full restaurant on a Tuesday as well. So thank you all for coming on behalf of me and the team. So we have, those people who have never been to one of these before, we have a booking. This isn't for your first course that you don't like to spit into. This is a booking. We've got these little pieces of paper in front of you on the tables. Those little pieces of paper and a pen for your little questions on here. We have little questions and answer things. So if you've got any problems at home, issues you're not resolving, we're all friends in here. And I presented this morning for 8 weeks, and that was a bloody disaster. So we can have a bit of a laugh. So the idea is to fill in one of these, and you basically pop it in here, and we pick out the leery ones towards the end of the night when you're more and more pissed. That's the idea. So that's the whole idea of tonight. So I'll come out and chat to you between each course that you're having, and so we're going to start off explaining what you're going to be eating. All right. So what you're going to be having. I'm from, as we know, the greatest county in the world. We're outnumbered in here, sorry. Yorkshire. listen. You're great. You're great at football, but yeah. Cricket, you're crap. Right. So what we're going to do is we're going to start off with traditional my neck of the woods. It's all about bread and butter. But we have an amazing young kid out here, which I'm going to bring out later, a guy called Josh, who's been on the pastry section now for a while. Basically, we've been working together with Josh and training him all up. So he's got probably more work than anybody tonight. So he's under the cosh. Not only did he make the bread for this, but he's got to make both desserts, especially tough because he's got me leaning over his shoulder yesterday and today, making sure he's doing it properly. So, and he's done a cracking job so far. So, we've got the bread warming up in the oven. We make our own sourdough here. We make our own sourdough, slice it over, it's served warm, and we're going to serve that with the best butter in the world, which comes from Gloucestershire. I wrote a whole book on butter when there was a load of chefs out there doing stuff on diet books and all that crap. I wrote a whole book out on butter, which you would do. I wanted to call it fat, but I wasn't allowed. So, and I wanted my second book to call it fatter, but I definitely wasn't allowed. So I wrote a whole book on butter. I tasted 620 odd types of butter. This one's the best. It comes from a company called Netherend. They're based in Gloucestershire, husband and wife team, amazing. Used to be dairy farmers, had their own breed of cattle. Now they've got so big, but a small, nowhere near a big producer of butter. But you'll find their butter from everywhere, from what I say, from the Ritz to Spudgy-like. All right. So you've got all those different bits in between, and I love their butter. It's amazing. So you're getting that. Now, as soon as that comes out, I urge you not to touch it, because following that, as soon as all the waiters have done that, straight off the back of that, while the guys are going to be preparing, there's about 8 elements to this next dish that we're having now. This is a little velouté, we call it. So if you were down south, you call it velouté. Up here, we call it a soup. I'm a big passionate with French cooking, and you're getting some elements of French cooking tonight, and one of which is what you're getting for your first course. So what we've done is we take Roscoff onions, which are the greatest onions in the world, which come from Brittany. There's a whole festival in Brittany about Roscoff onions. These were the famous onions that the onion sellers used to come over to the UK with. They were called Johnnies, and they would bring over the onions and sell them and then cycle back. All right? But they're the famous onion sellers, the blue and white stripe. That's the onions that we'll be selling. And they're called Roscoff onions. They're the best onions in the world. What we do with the Roscoff onions, we cook it 3 different ways. So there's actually 3 varieties, same the onions, but we do it 3 different ways to produce the soup. But we're going to create a onion, shallot, licorice, and cream and almond soup. So the whole thing is all together. There's 8 different elements to this as it starts to build up. But you're getting that with some licorice powder over the top. And the idea is to keep that little bread, have a little bit of it while it's still warm with the butter, and then dunking the remaining into your little soup as well that you're getting for that. With that, we're going to serve it with this little glass of fizz that you're having. As I know, COVID seems to be a distant memory now, but not certainly for many people, and not for us in the hospitality business. It was a bit of a disaster. Manchester closed for the entirety, but my other restaurants kept opening and closing. So every time Boris Johnson stood up, it seemed to cost me £500,000. He stood up, we opened the hotel, you can open, and he shut it down again. So we had to get it was a complete bloody disaster. But in between that, a complete disaster, I used to lock myself into a darkened room, beat my head up against a wall, and basically get absolutely pissed on gin. Neat gin. This one particular night, I bought a vineyard. It's a true story. I now own a vineyard in the south of France in Provence, and it's done so well. Off the back of that, I now own a half a vineyard in Cremont. And Cremont is what you're having now. So this is from my vineyard in Cremont. Cremont, a little bit of history with Cremont before I go in there and get the bread sorted. Champagne was never invented in Champagne. All right, it was invented in Cremont. It was 2 monks, 1500 years ago. Those 2 monks double fermented. They put sugar into this wine. They double fermented. They produced sparkling wine. One of those monks left to go north in France to open up another monastery. That area was Champagne. That monk was Dom Perignon. That is where Champagne originates from. It is exactly the same way as making champagne, the same grapes, the same everything. The difference is In Cremant, they put 6% sugar. In Champagne, they put 10 to 12% sugar in there. But it's done exactly the same way. So all we've done is done the Yorkshire mentality, just put a little bit more sugar in to make it taste like champagne, and that's what it is. It's made exactly the same way. The only difference is we don't age it for 3-4 years. We only age it for 24 months, 36 months. That's it. But you're tasting, that's what you have from pasture in my vineyard in Cremant. We don't do site visits, so don't bother phoning me up. If you turn up on the gate and come knocking, we're shut, all right? And the same for the vineyard in Provence as well. But enjoy that, because you're about to have a couple of wines from my other vineyard in Provence for your next couple of dishes as well. So finish that and enjoy for the next course. So I'll leave you to think about whatever questions you're going to answer. Don't put Gino de Campo or Greg Wallace. It's all going to turn like a disaster, all right? But enjoy your evening. It's a pleasure to have you here. Welcome to my restaurant. But I read a lot of the questions. These are actually really, really good. These are probably the best ones we've had in over a decade of doing these. So we're going to start off with a few particular ones which get asked all the time. We've been on here. But who has been your favourite guest on your TV show? No question. Jackie Collins. She was amazing. One of the most amazing women I've ever met, apart from my mother, my grandmother. But she was amazing. She came on the show, and she's only one of 3 people. So Michael Parkinson was the other one, who wrote to me after the show to thank me for coming on the show, or for her coming on the show. She was absolutely amazing. The first thing I said to her, I said, "You've sold 914 million books." Think about that. Harry Potter sold 500 million. 900, I've never read any of hers, but either of them, but 914 million books she wrote, and she just put her arm on my arm and turned around and said, "It's actually 946 million. She was magic. What recipe would you create with Isle of Wight tomatoes at the moment? Somebody's obviously from Benbridge, or has the sausage rolls from Benbridge, they're amazing. Isle of Wight tomatoes are amazing. If you make tomato soup, I know tomato soup's normal, but if you roast the tomatoes first, if you roast the tomatoes, a little bit of fresh thyme, balsamic vinegar, olive oil, and then blitz them with some double cream, they just taste amazing. And they're so good you just need water, no stop. Alternatively, you just blend them with the stalks, leave them overnight in a tea towel, and drain them off, and the liquid you use as ice cubes for Bloody Mary and gazpacho, and it's basically it's amazing, clear broth. It's amazing. Is there a dish you haven't perfected? You're about to find out, because I'm going to give it a go for this one, because this next dish, we'll leave the questions to that, because this next dish is one of my trademark dishes is a Thai crab risotto. And I made up this dish when I was 19 years old, just before I ended up being head chef of a place called the Hotel Levant. Yeah. There's a place called the Hotel Levant. Well, I set that up back when I was 20 years old as head chef there. And then we opened up 10 sites and that kind of stuff. That's where I got spotted for Ready Steady Cook and all that kind of palaver. But there I put this dish on the menu. It's a Thai crab risotto. It's never been off my restaurant menu since. However, this made top trumpet. This is a dish that I got when I was wandering around in Scotland. We've got these amazing langoustines, and langoustines are some of the greatest ingredients in the world. It's one of my favourite ingredients in the world. But to get really good ones, it's very, very difficult, because people like the Ritz, John Williams, buy all of them, and we're left with whatever's left. All the chefs are left. But what we've got is the best langoustines I've ever tasted. They come straight off a boat, we take them -80, we take them to -80 in a freezer, which sets the meat. It's just a different way of doing it. It's what the Japanese do with tuna. It's a modern technique, but it's one of the things that works brilliant with shellfish. It actually makes it better than fresh. Then what we do is use the entire lot. We take the shells, we make a sauce from the shells, we make an oil from the shells. Then the langoustines are so big, so we pick out the meat from the arms of the langoustines. That goes into the risotto. The actual tail itself basically just gets put on a barbecue just while I'm speaking now. They should be just finishing off the last of it and glazing it with a lemongrass gel over the top. The risotto itself, I start off with butter. You think there's butter? My God, wait till the dessert. But butter in the pan, some garlic, some lemongrass, some lime leaf, you put ginger. Everything the Italians would never put in a risotto, we put in this. And we make a stock from the shells. It's quite a rich stock. The rice goes in, stir it around, and I've been stirring it around for about 15 minutes, and then we leave it for 10 minutes just to let it set. That's what I've been doing in there. When I go back, I'm going to put in the meat, the cream, the mascarpone, parmesan, a little bit of chives, salt, then we put some lime juice, and it's that combination of flavours. A little bit of green chilli. Just before it hits the pass, I'll put some green chilli so you get a little warmth as well. That's what you're going to be having with your next course, with the longestine meat sat on the top of it. And then we make a very rich sauce that goes over the top. There's a lot going on in here. Well, I think you'll like this one. And that's going to be served with one of my favourite wines in the vineyard. This is what we call dangerous. This is the reason why I bought the vineyard. This is a rosé, and this is made by 26. When I do the risotto anywhere when we're here, so all the chefs just take sort of 10-minute break and chill out and leave me to cook it. So that dish was done in its entirety by me. So if you come around to my house, that's what you get. All right. No. It's a figure of speech. So it brings me on to what you're going to be having next. We're going to stick with the wine. We're going to have. You're going to be having. This is a combination of two grapes. It's Chardonnay and Marsanne. The Marsanne grape, what it does is take a Chardonnay and make it taste like a white Burgundy. So we serve this with a beautiful bit of Yorkshire chicken. Now the chicken itself, these chickens are the best chickens you'll ever taste in your life. They're amazing. So we start off with the chickens, they're huge. Bred outdoors for about 200 days. They're amazing. They're like the French version or the UK version of poulet de Bresse. Poulet de Bresse is the famous white chicken that you have in France. That's currently 135 euros a bird. The females are 145 euros a bird because the female tastes better than the male. So says the French. They've got to do that. But that's the same with game, it's the same with partridge, stuff like that. Partridge and pheasant, always, if you step with a brace of pheasant, always buy the female pheasant, not the males. Alright? So they always taste better, simple as that. So we've got some beautiful chicken for you. We picked out the males and the females. But these are amazing chickens. They're bred for 200 days, they come from Yorkshire, they're just fantastic. We cook them at 100 degrees, we take them out, take the breasts off, roast them just gently. We put a glaze over the top and we make this amazing sauce from all that's left over. This sauce is epic. It comes from where I was in France. There's a little bit of sharpness to it. We reduce that down, add some butter, some cream. It is unbelievable. We're going to serve that with a chantenay carrot, some asparagus, and some summer vegetables as well. It's something like, because I knew it would be sort of warm in here as well, but this is something like super tasty. We're about to taste chicken like you've never tasted chicken before. It is amazing. If you ever tasted poulet de Bresse chicken, like I said, this is the sort of UK equivalent, I think. It comes from a little farm just outside of Doncaster. It's just epic, and they produce this amazing chicken. All right, so enjoy this one, enjoy with your glass, and save room for 2 desserts. What you're getting for the end. 2 desserts. Not cheese and a dessert, 2 desserts. Right? See you in a bit. We've got one more before I tell you what we're doing. What are you doing after dinner tonight? 53 years old. I'm going to watch Mobland and I'm off to bed. Because I'm looking forward to my meal where somebody else is cooking for me tomorrow night. So, it leaves me to tell you what you're going to be getting next. So you've got a nice little bit of dessert wine to go with this. This is not from my vineyard, but you've got a nice little bit of dessert wine to go with this because we're going to hit you with 2 desserts. Now, at the same time, the logistics of this is quite difficult. So we've got everybody tuned, hopefully, to what's going on in there, and everybody front and back of house. So the idea is that each waitress will bring out a dessert each. That dessert will go in front of you. Hopefully you'll get the sticky toffee pudding in front of you. So the sticky toffee pudding we make unbelievably. We make it with tonka bean ice cream. All right. So this is this amazing rich ice cream. We dehydrate the black treacle to make the pudding sauce. It's a long process. It takes probably 48 hours to make this sticky toffee pudding. That then gets poured over the top. It is very, very rich, so there's like a hockey puck size of it. It's very rich particularly for a reason, because what you're going to get hit with, which comes out next to it, is the dish that I learned when I was in New York. It's called monkey bread. All right? Monkey bread is usually done as a big donut, it's a donut thing, but what we do with each individual donut, we make the donut dough, we prove it, we roll it in. For all you lot, there is 6 kilos of butter. It's rolled in. Then we roll it in sugar and cinnamon. Cinnamon is technically a fruit, so it's part of your 5 a day. Don't worry about it. Then we roll it in that, we put it in a mould and we let it prove. And then we let it prove and then we bake it. Just as the last chicken went out, that went in the oven for 12 minutes. It's taken out. It's served with this toffee sauce that we make over the top. I can't tell you what's in it because it's just a secret recipe. Then we take candied pecan nuts, so we candied the pecan nuts and put that on the top. And that's served with a chantilly cream, which is Madagascar vanilla, which is whipped cream, Madagascar vanilla with it. So the whole idea of this, you can eat it whichever angle you want. I would go sticky toffee pudding. I would leave a little bit of sauce if you've got any left over. And then the idea is you take the monkey bread and dunk it in with the cream with the sauce, and then phone A and E. Because your life is over in about 5 minutes. It is, hopefully you'll like this one, because we've only done it for, like I said, we did it for Rolex on small numbers, but we're going to try it tonight and see if it works. I think it really will work, because the puddings come out and they look epic. So you're getting monkey bread with chantilly cream, sticky toffee pudding with Madagascar ice cream and a toffee sauce. Enjoy this one.